A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. It's Wednesday, October 5th. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. President Joe Biden is expected to be in the town of Poughkeepsie tomorrow to discuss American computer chips. He will visit the IBM Poughkeepsie facility where he will discuss American computer chip manufacturing. Ulster County's financial position has never been stronger, yet the county faces a number of challenges going forward. That was the message from Acting County Executive Joanna Contreras on Tuesday as she unveiled the county's proposed 2023 budget of $378.5 million. The spending plan is up 7% over this year's, yet because of strong financial reserves, the county will be able to invest for the uncertain future, she says.
We're facing an ongoing and worsening housing crisis in Ulster County, leading residents to pay a larger and larger share of their incomes on housing, or to leave the county altogether. Inflation has squeezed household budgets even more than usual. Our friends, family, and neighbors continue to suffer from mental health challenges and substance use disorders at alarming rates. And the effects of climate change are becoming more and more tangible, from droughts to wildfires to unprecedented storms.
Because of the strong reserves, Contreras says her budget includes an additional $17 million toward housing and green growth, $7.5 million for transportation and mobility needs, $10 million more for mental health and substance use, $7.5 million for workforce development, $5 million for community resiliency, and $25 million for capital projects. Security cameras at Newburgh Free Academy were not working at the time of the September 30th shooting that wounded 3 after a football game. A source has told Mid-Hudson News the cameras located on the rear and south sides of the high school were not in operation at the time of the shooting erupting. As a result, there is no surveillance footage from the time that the gunfire erupted. The shooting occurred at about 9:35 p.m. just as 2,000 spectators were leaving the football game between the Goldbacks and Warwick High School. A classroom window sustained bullet damage. A car belonging to a teacher working at the game sustained several bullet strikes. The car was not released to the teacher until 2 a.m. on Saturday after crime scene technicians recovered ballistic evidence from the vehicle. The federal government is going to fund a more than $398,000 study into natural gas infrastructure at West Point and adjacent communities. Orange County Planning Commissioner Alan Sorensen says the study will produce a natural gas analysis and action plan to identify vulnerabilities and threats as well as infrastructure upgrades.
The purpose of the study is to ensure uninterrupted supply of natural gas to service the military academy, but also to ensure that any future upgrades to that infrastructure also benefits the surrounding communities, village of Highland Falls and the town of Highland.
Federal government has already funded a similar analysis of the West Point area's electricity infrastructure. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
Orange County Executive Stephen Newhouse is frustrated over the lack of information coming from the federal government about 3 plane loads of immigrants flown last week from the southern border in Texas to Orange County Airport in Montgomery. He wants an open and honest dialogue about those flights.
We're going to have to continue to put pressure on it because I think most Americans are sympathetic, but things being done clandestine and secretly always add to suspicion and confusion.
Following the flight last Friday, none of the 3 chaperones or bus driver would provide details, Newhouse said. The prosecution of a man charged with felony murder and his co-conspirator facing felony weapons charges for the Courtyard by Marriott shooting in the town of Poughkeepsie may face additional federal charges, according to the DA's office. Dutchess County Chief ADA Matt Weishaupt hinted at possible federal charges against Devin Taylor as a result of the bomb-making materials recovered at the hotel.
We continue to work, and have since yesterday, with our partners in the federal system to investigate all the materials and items that have been found during the course of this investigation. And we will continue to work with the FBI, the ATF, and the United States Attorney's Office for the Southern District to determine the best course to take as it relates to those items and the defendant involved in this case, Mr. Taylor.
Roy Johnson Jr. was arrested on felony murder and a felony weapons charge for shooting a random victim at the Courtyard by Marriott Hotel on Sunday. His co-conspirator, 26-year-old Devin Taylor, is facing 2 felony counts of criminal possession of a weapon. The chairman of the Columbia County Democrats is blasting an effort by unknown individuals who have been throwing sandwich bags filled with Nazi propaganda on front lawns. There's no place for hate in our community, said Sam Hodge, chairman of the Columbia County Democrats. He said the white supremacists peddling this, what he called disgusting and vile hate speech, do not represent our community. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.